Welcome to Windy Meadows. This is a text-based game for the most part. It's a spin-off of Roadwarden. It's technically called a Roadwarden Tale as a subtitle. And yeah, let's enjoy a bit of this game. Take a first look at it. I've not played it yet, and see what it's all about. Left click will give you unlimited time to with skip forward, and we can use the mouse wheel to scroll back in the history. Nice, cool. We won't always have unlimited time, but generally. We can use the archive, which I guess is well, that's a codex. Save back. Well, I guess the archive is. In some cases, you need to make a choice tied to your character. All right. I think I got it. The people I talk to is on the right side for the most part, and we are on the left side. We can swap that in settings, but we don't need to do that. That someone is listening, alright. Cool. Once a famous mercenary and adventurer, he moved to Windy Meadow from the city. A year has passed, but so far, being away from home hasn't helped her bury her regrets. Dragon Bones, the coins used by the 10 cities. The major power set in the north. These small hollow rings are made of real dragon bones. Oh, really? Wow. We want to learn about weights. They used to teach him how to handle a sword, and after spending a few years as a Roadwarden, he became the local priest. He's the person I should thank for dragging me to this boring village. That is a notification I might want to close. Yeah, fair enough. Whenever you visit a new place, this small animation will remind you to open the map. Alice's house was placed just outside the walls, despite the advice of the council. It is the newest building in the village, and a rather opulent one. Go to the menu, and the codex. You can skip the part of the game that you haven't seen yet. That's fair enough. You can change that if you want to, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Alright. Select a chapter. Vina the Huntress, the fable that's locked. Edusia is locked, and then a question mark character. Let's go Vina the Huntress. Last evening. Since when do you have this many patrons, Stabs? The news of Vina's deeds has reached the city. Merchants want to hire her. Deeds? I don't recall. I told you already, she... Oh, what a loud bunch. I think I'll take the bottle back home. What else is new, man? It's been an hour since you joined the merchants at the table. Keeping your back straight for so long starts to wear on you. You were told only to speak when spoken to. Interesting. You observe the others. You can't follow their prattle. Something about the missing ship from the Far East, a new spice that everyone just needs to try, even though it's as expensive as it's cheap. That sounds expensive. They summarize how you defeated those trolls from last autumn right at the start. But since then, they've pretty much been ignoring you. City folk all treat all their employees this way. In Windy Meadow, all your neighbors are friends, or at least friendly. Here, there's a ravine between you and the rich folk. So, Vina, how was your beer? As last glance at your dad. My dad is a hero, best hunter in the realm, no matter what anyone says. He manages to stay in control, as always. Why can't you be that confident? I prefer some cider. I'd rather have some cider, to be frank. You couldn't say so sooner. You'd better learn to speak for yourself once you reach the city. Veritas offers everything one may desire. Alehouses, mead, spices, music, acrobats, gambling, fancy clothes, bright nights. It's a different world. Don't encourage her. In Veritas, it's better to drink a crappy beer than to insult a merchant. Just being polite, Evolo. Your girl has potential, Latro. Follows in your footsteps. Fine words, but you'd struggle to find a hunter who could match her talents. She's not even 20. Leading the trolls into the swamp was quite a plan. Our Fable put together a song about her bravery. Fable is a person. Always has some scary, funny stories. I was skipping forward a little bit here. I'm reading through it, but I'm not going to read it out loud, just so we can get to some more of the gameplay. This is essentially an interactive book, for better and worse. Like, that is what it is. At least that's what Roadwarden was, or like an RPG meets a book. It is an interesting world that this created. This is a single developer, I think, if I remember correctly, and it's built a really interesting world with a lot of lore. I remember when playing Roadwarden, I was really drawn into the world. People here need me. Oh no, our mom. Oh no. Freddy is a master of crossbows and traps. It hurts me to see her illness keeps her in bed. In 3 years already, she may never be strong enough to return to the wilderness. That's her last hunter, Victus, who's that? Well, his older brother never wanted to be a hunter, but he's a village guard. Or now he is Evolo's defender, moving forward despite the troubles he's gone through. And Inmera is my niece. She has been asleep for a few months. Oh, sleeping for a few months? That's interesting. And the undead shows up. As autumn comes, apparently. Right. The right guides the brave. Glad that dad finds comfort in his talk to the priests, but I struggle to pray. However, whenever I close my eyes, I think of Victus, Mera, and Mom. Let them talk. She's gonna come back soon, and then it's gonna be the final time she comes for the year. And I'm guessing we gonna have to maybe tag along. Day 1, like this, like scratching on a piece of wood or something. I'm a patient soul, but we're gonna discuss your future sooner or later. Probably. Let's stay silent. You use your ain't right. Once you lose control of the spearhead, the beast will break your neck in an instant. Use the one I taught you, little wolf. You're not as awkward. Unlike that mountain, it's thick and takes too many steps. And it would cut it with a single swipe. Spears are for hunters, not soldiers. If you don't want to face bandits, start training with a bow or a mace. Too old for a sword anyway. Too tired to carry our prey now. Let's have a talk. What about scavengers? The runners will catch the scent soon. And yet it's so quiet here. Maybe spring. We should at least have a few larger beasts by now. Oh, you want us to stay here for long? I got plans for the evening. Do you now? Well, I guess you're just too busy. This has got your attention. I always listen to you. Don't be like that. I always listen to you. Let's discuss what's going on. The trolls. When did they show up? First day of autumn. And old Salvia warned me that I would never stop their hunt. He was a wise and selfless herbalist. And can turn the land into wasteland. I'm glad you remember. The way you took care of them was impressive, don't get me wrong. But I've grown more and more convinced that even that was too late. They changed the forest already? Last year we used to simply leave the house and look for wild game. Now we're forced to set traps, use bait, look for rats and squirrels. At least there are more hares around. The larger creatures were either caught or chased away by the trolls. Well, fewer beasts means more rats and birds. Fewer mushrooms, nuts, fruits, and flies. And Limos told me there were more fish in the stream. Who's Limos? He is a fisherman. Everything connects. You know where I'm going with this. We can't hunt anymore. We'll lure the beasts into the forest, let them settle around. Yes, and give them as much space as they require. We may push some of them far away from the fields, but that's it. For at least a year. Forest needs some new breath. What about our forest garden? Should we open it to the predators? I had a talk with Edusia. We'll limit ourselves to startling them instead of killing them. Our garden is crucial for us, more important than any wild game. We ain't some armed numbskulls. A good hunter can do many things. And Lacerta would allow us to join the guards for a few seasons. I won't spend my days sitting in the inn. So we're gonna be fine. There's one more obstacle, but that's enough loitering around. Let's pull out our boar while it's still sunny. It's a tiresome task. The ropes are secured to one of the trees, stopping the boar from falling. Pull it out, you have to fight for every inch. Holy shit, it's heavy. Language. Still, it's all muscle. Fine beast to end our current path with. Will it taste good after smoking? I ain't sure. Boar meat can be treacherous. Now, let's pray. Oh, of course. Not by long. So be it. I wish I could pray as gracefully as the priests, shameful being a soul of simple words. You're doing a great job. Don't worry about it. About having an honest heart, right? I guess. But I remember how my father started to forget words and names once his hair got grey, till he lost the gift of speech. Our family ought to squeeze everything out of, squeeze out everything we can with each year we get. Now, before we head back home, take a look here. Smooth sailing. Where are we? We're up here. We're out in the forest like that. Right. Smooth stick with blood on its end. A spear. A goblin found with a thin branch and sharp. Goblin found the thin branch and sharpened it with a rock. After all, no undead would have the reason to attack a wild beast, and no other creature would wield a weapon in combat. So it came here to stab the boar? Touch the blood. It's fresh. Goblins found the boar after it fell in the hole. They tried to jab it, but it didn't stick around. The grass here is trampled, but I see no footprints. To be slim from hunger, that means desperate. I'm proud of you, little wolf. You do just fine in the city. Goblins are bad news. Best case scenario, they're going to keep our tribe away from the woods. But who can be sure they won't attack the farmers or snatch our kids over the wall? Let's head back and warn the workers. This monster will fill up the whole wagon. We got a long day ahead. Third, maybe second largest game we ever caught. Wonder how it got here. Good thing you didn't have to fight it. We wouldn't attack it even if we got the chance, not without old Salvia's blinding dust. Dad used to fight such monsters when I was still little. His mom was at his side. He hit a charging beast right in the eye. I'll show you once she starts walking again. What's all this about goblin tribe you found? Just marks and footprints. Victor told me they're just big, cunning monkeys. Well, to me, they're small, furry people. And paws. Will they be lured into a trap? Or will you scare them away, like you did with the trolls? Dad's got a plan. He knows what he's doing. Will you get rid of them before you leave us? I ain't gonna leave you. I will visit you each spring. I always thought you'd be here to see me on my first hunt. I want to be there. You know I would. He's gonna say nothing. I guess eventually we're gonna leave, like, right? Goblins, gargoyles, dragons won't hide in the stronghold like some old lady, no matter what's coming for us. I'm a better fighter than most folk here. A spear woman. A spear girl, maybe. Still, ain't your call. That Lacerda will ask you once they need your help. But I'm ready to fight. Just need a chance to prove it. Be ready when the right moment comes. Don't argue with Dad, but keep your spear close and your eyes open. I will, and I won't disappoint you. I know, you're very brave. This is the epitome of cozy gaming, right? I'm happy for you, you know. How come? You got this job offer and you're gonna be rich. I don't even know what I want. Being rich doesn't mean much to me, I think. But all the merchants say Bertus is a busy place with soft beds and all sorts of food and drink and collars and loud streets and all these bards and acrobats. And Windy Meadow? It's always the same. Oats with milk, same cider, cold winters, no music, no young men to have a walk with. I'd like to have a taste of the city for a season or two. To spend the years there. Distance grass is always greener. Can't you take the job and bail out after you get sick of it? Could be wrong. I don't want to quit unless necessary. Can't play with our tribe's good name. I don't want to get bored, but, well... yeah, I'd miss you too. I love that they took a moment to have that nice moment between niece and aunt. Darling, check what they want. Why me? Just open the door. I ain't a recruit. I'm sure you won't argue with us after you drop the helmet in the river. Answer the bloody door before we cut your pay for the equipment. Cut your pay for the equipment you borrowed from us. Hello, gals. Something wrong? Not sure yet, but we should talk. Tell me you don't need me to go look for that lost ring again. Our dad, we're here in Letter's name. He's examining the forest right now. Come, we've got time for you. Vina and Hossia, right? That's us. I expect the mayor has briefed you already. Only mentioned that we're to prepare the village for the furry shitheads. So, ever fought a tribe of goblins? Me, not really, but there are lectures on all kinds of beasts in the city. They ain't nothing like trolls. Nothing to worry about. Unless there's 100 of them, they climb well, can get past the wall. It won't be easy to hire a mage to help us. Let's think. We got 3 of us. You, Vina, and your father. Would your brother join us? Sure, he would. Victus is a bit busy, but he'll help us. Priest Vates too. And maybe we could ask the lumberjacks? You mean pay the lumberjacks? It's hard enough, and that would get much use from arming the rest of the village with spears. Have you learned anything about the goblins' weaknesses? I mean, we've got fire, if nothing else. Not much to go with this. It's better prepare the stronghold for the elders and kids. Bringing in the beds and furs from the storage is easy enough. We'll need your help with collecting food and water. What about? So much to discuss. Especially if we're going to mobilize our neighbors. Mayor won't skimp on a few more shields, would he? We're in for a boring afternoon. Grab some chairs. Finally some fresh air. I'll leave the door open. Is it just me, or do you get bolder when the soldiers are around? No, not that I've got a choice. They're not my best friends or anything, but they said I could join them once they head back into the city. They recommend me to their commander, I think that's what they're called. You could make quite a career. Nah, I'm happy where I am. I ain't the one to go the extra mile. When I'm free, I'd rather take a stroll in our forest garden or go to the inn with you. I don't need people looking up to me to know my worth. Though getting noticed was nice. I'm sure it was. Well, it's getting late. See you soon. Good luck. You going? Why even bring me with you if I've got nothing worth saying? I'm sorry, what did you want to say? Still here? Father's waiting for you. What's wrong? We're having a family dinner. Victus has taken Mira to the city to look for a healer. So, old Salvia can't help her? Well, that's what Victus said. I'm sorry, pet. Any news about the goblins? Kind of, but let it go for now. Shouldn't burden Victus with all this. So Dad found them. How many? At least 30. They've settled in the cave not that far from here. Screwed. What about you? No work today? Sabalus can survive for a few hours on his own. What's that? Oh, steps. Right, he has the inn. Need some rest anyway. I prepared the entire dinner for you too. Slide. Time to go. Once I finish day 2, I'm going to save, and that should be it. If you want to see more, you have to play it for yourself. So be it. So much fresh meat. Were we starving or what? This day deserves it. The boar was large enough to grant us a feast, and we'll share all the leftovers with Relaga, farmer who lives next to us. I've got a bottle of spiced mead from Castus too. Can I have some? Isn't it hilarious how Victus can simply decide to leave the city once he sees the need for it, while Vena sits on the fence for half a season? You're too old for petty squabbles. Just saying. She was kind enough to join us instead of stuffing herself in the inn again. I love my sister. Let's just have a good time. I said, can I have some mead too? 2 years, little wolf. Let's have a talk before we drink anything. Meadow needs help, but can't leave you with goblins lurking around the corner. What did old Salvia say? Can't you help us? Euducia told me that both herbalists have run out of ideas. Soon he and his shell won't be able to swallow food. Well, I'm grateful for your prayers. I can no longer wait for a miracle. You should still go to Salvia, where Eudy and everything is dark and hopeless. I'm sure they've discussed it together. And she's rude and weird. So she smirked. Cabin ain't far from here. Could go there and have a little talk. Salvia knows what she's doing. She believes Eudy is ready for the duty of aiding a tribe. We'll respect her decision. Lucia's my friend, and she has helped Mom a lot. Up, you have your own set of responsibilities now. A child that's defenseless without you. And what about the monsters? It's all a false alarm. I got spooked by 5, maybe 8 hungry apes. We'll handle them, Vina and I. Finally, some good news. Are you sure you won't need my help? Help me by bringing back my granddaughter. When can you leave? The Roller wants to hire the lumberjacks to escort us. If the right allows it, we'll hit the road tomorrow, just before noon. Dad lied to him? What if we need his help? Victus has got the right to decide what to do. Let's join in on our dad's lie there. Check out a few A-losses for me. Just ask your new mercenary friends. Myself, I'd rather visit the Grand Temple. Return soon, before the flowers fade away. I'll make a crown for Innie. Don't I deserve a cute crown too? Earn it by bringing me some sweets. Just eat a spoonful of honey. Boring. Wait, I heard something. Hi, Mom. He's awake. Great, you can say your goodbyes. I have hoped for a better evening. Better head back to the inn. Also, out the dishes are on you. Me? This entire mess? A huntress afraid of some dirt? Don't be a crybaby. It won't kill you. I'll go with you. Duh, what else is new? What else would you like me to do? There's nothing fun around here. Plenty of chores to help with. There's nothing as easy as quaffing casks of cider. Keep the judgmental tone to yourself. Just saying. Well, the city will excite you enough. Before you finish your path, as a drunk loser you really are. I ain't asking you for crumbs of wisdom. I spend my time how I want. You don't know me at all. Because you're so complex, so brave, so talented, so special. Yet a simpleton through and through. See how many friends you keep once you lose an arm to a thug. Just love the sound of your own voice, huh? Guess I'll go ahead. Bye, girls. Hanging out with the older folks for a change. I was drinking with the merchants just the other day. Our little Vina, a serious adult now. When did I have the time to be a kid? When did you follow your first prey? 6 years ago. With an otter with my slingshot. Nimble beast. Yeah, I used to have quite the aim back when I had 2 healthy eyes. 6 years. Third of my life. The woods aren't too gentle for us nowadays. But how's the river? Any good chance a good catch I could use for soup? Don't expect any grand tales from me. The older I get, the fewer risks I take. All nets and fishing rods, no spears or clubs or satari on bait. I try to pay attention for a while, but hearing the same old tale again makes your thoughts drift away towards... over. Argentia left the village yesterday, but I still can't. But I can still catch a whiff of her plum perfume. Whenever she comes here, she looks like she owns the place, comfortable, wealthy, gorgeous. Could I find all this in the city? Spear's sharp, but I should check my boot knife. Should be able to handle a few goblins, right? Dad knows what he's doing. So again, just ask what your take is. We were talking about this discussion we had with Yudi today. One as good as hunting as you would have no problem teaching Limos how to hold spell rightly. He's a clumsy, lazy ass. Now you've got an issue with my ass? I'd never. I don't really think about hunting all that much. It's a respectable trade. But there's a responsibility attached to it. A duty, some would say, if you've got the talent for it. Maybe. Dad's been teaching me since I was a kid. But a strong shell, good for combat, and the sharp sense of my mom. I feel more myself when I'm home, or with friends, or even here. Even here, have some mercy. What would you rather do? Be a mercenary, or a pathfinder, or a roadwarden, or an adventurer. I'd love to travel, see the world. Here everything's so small. No spouse, no kids. Family would come once I save enough dragons to provide for them. Family's meant to help you as well. If everything goes right, sure. No such choices to bother with back with my youth. Windy Meadows needed food. We ran out of things to forage for, so I started to chase after some meat from the rivers. And when I was a kid, my home village needed me someone to fix tools for them. I played around until I got pretty good at it. Don't really ask me if I liked it. I did very much so. How about you, Stabs? Will you leave the city's wealth behind? One can't run on in there without joining the guild, and I'd rather keep the coins my parents left after breaking their backs at the building sites for 30 years. Thank you. There are no monsters in the city, not right? No wrath of the herds. There are gargoyles from time to time, and the creatures on the ground, but I get what you mean. In truth, there is no air in Veritas. Every inch belongs to someone. Each item has a worth stated in writing. Any step you take is seen. Sure, there are no robbers, just a few pickpockets. The officials leave you with hardly anything. You'll be close to the merchants, so you get a bit more space. Just be aware of the sacrifices. Well, I guess if living in the city was pure delight, anyone would try to live there. Those fancy pants might act all high and mighty, but they need our hands more than we need their poems or elixirs. We need their souls in the road, though. Nuh-uh. Yeah, I think that's the end of the day. Yeah. So, Windy Meadow is a very cozy game. It is like a full-on storytelling game. Definitely worth checking out if you are interested in seeing more of the story. And I mean, yeah, it's basically an interactive book. This one with a bit more graphics than the other one. So I'm going to quick save. I should probably do a proper save though. Yeah, proper save. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.